Hi there folks, and we're back off on another trail. Today I'm going to do something that's a little bit closer to home. Currently just left Carlops, which is one of the first villages that you come to in the Scottish borders if you leave from Edinburgh heading southbound. It's about 3 miles north from West London, so give you some indication to where it is. Now the trail I'm going to do today, and actually tomorrow as well, is just going to take me from here, and I'm going to be walking up through the Pentlands back towards Edinburgh. Now I've done a section on this trail before in the past when I've done the Scottish National Trail, but I want to do a little bit more exploring, and it's right on my doorstep, and it's an area I don't tend to come very often, and it's something I really want to start making a change with. I mean, for me, just getting here today, you know, you're about 40 minutes away from the city centre. You know, so easy to access. But anyway, we're going to move on. I'm going to be heading towards the North-Esk Reservoir, where it is my intention today to get pitched up. So we'll catch up a little bit further along the trail. It's an early stage off this walk before we start really getting up into the hills proper. It's kind of very much rural, a lot of sort of farmland, especially a lot of cattle about, something to be mindful if you're bringing your dogs along. But yeah, this is really nice. This is exactly what I've actually been needing. I spent too much time between work, just like everyone does with real life, and next month I'm planning to do the Cape Wrath Trail, so I'm trying to get a lot of planning done. And you know, you just get to that point where you just need to get outdoors and just get a break away from it, and this is exactly what this little expedition's for. Anyway, we'll move on, and we'll catch up in a wee bit. So I'm just leaving the North-Esk Reservoir. It's wonderful up here, nice and peaceful. Obviously they're now classing it as a nature reserve, and they have put up signage indicating they do not want people camping around here, which is understandable. Certainly don't want the area getting ruined, as can happen. So I'm going to make some alternative plans. I'm just going to head up into the hills on the trail that I was planning to do tomorrow anyway, and I'm going to just see where I can get a summit camp, possibly even overlooking the reservoir, and we'll take things from there. It didn't take long to get here. I mean, you're less than an hour's walk. I mean, this trail, which I have planned going to Edinburgh, you could easily do this in a day, 7 to 8 hour walk. I just decided that I wanted to have an overnight camp. Anyway, we shall move on, and as soon as I get to the pitch site, I'll show you some new gear that I've got. Absolutely stunning views, especially when you see the heather up on the hills. Looking back down towards the borders. So I've certainly came a lot further than I intended today. Best laid plans and all that. So I just came to the top of Spittal Hill, hoping that there'll be some reasonably good ground to get pitched up. It's not ideal, and I'm pretty sure I could use it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move a little bit further along towards Greenlaw Hill, which is only a very short walk away, and see if it's any better, and we'll take things from there. So I've managed to get pushed up on Greenlaw Hill. Yeah, it's not bad. There obviously is some sheep in the area, so trying to find a reasonable clean bit to get pitched. And this is my new tent, the Optimus Nomad X Lite 4 Season. And first impressions of it, I'm quite impressed. It's got a lot of nifty wee features. I'm not going to do a review as such on it because there's quite a few of them already out there. I did actually decide to bring my Sea to Summit pegs with the glow in the dark tags. They're a bit longer than the ones that come with this. They're about 20 centimetres long, and yeah, but I have not brought enough of them, hence why it's been the guy lines have been pegged out the way they are. But yeah, I'll just get some more. That's not a big deal. Right at the onset, as you come to the tent, one of the things that always annoys me with tents is when you try and roll them up, they always come back down again. So if you look over here, we've got this lovely little attachment hook here, so it doesn't come off. So that's grand. In here, you'll see this little attachment bag where you can just store your gear and keep it off the wet ground. It's ideal if you don't have a base and you're trying to save some weight. And if I go into the tent, it's probably not got as many, actually before I go into the tent, I reckon this is probably a line for drying clothes outside the tent, which is obviously where you should be probably drying them. Go in. It's not got as much in the way of pockets as some other tents. It's maybe an area which is kind of light on. But this has been a game changer for me. The climate sort of sleeping bag cover. So you can just go and store your pillow in there, so your pillow's not moving about during the course of the night or coming off your sleeping bag. And likewise, your sleeping bag does not slide about as much. I mean, obviously this is not an ideal pitch, it is slightly on a slope, but I've done this before, and it's not been so bad. Anyway, I'm all prepped. I've got my Greg's food for tonight, got beautiful views, and we'll catch up tomorrow. Good morning, folks. Just went past 6:30 in the morning. Thought I'll get off to an early start. Today it's going to be nice and sunny in this area, and we're going to be heading off towards our first reasonably high hill, which is West Kip, but we should get a really nice view from the top of that. Yeah, last night was fun. Tent performed well. It was quite strong winds at some certain parts. The main thing which I actually really did like about the tent was there was no condensation in the tent. I've had a Hilleberg in and I've been using that for I think nearly enough a year now, and that is one thing that I've not liked about it. Likewise, I don't think it's the best in strong wind. I know there'll be a lot of Hilleberg fans out there, but you know, it's an individual thing. Everyone can make their own tent work, I suppose. Anyway, we'll move on and we'll try and get some cracking views. So we've just come off West Kip, and as I promised, there's some really nice views from up there. A bit steep going up, but it is only a very short hill. So we're going to move on to do the next one, which is East Kip, and that's a far more gentle approach. So we'll pick up again when we get to the top of that summit. So we're just leaving East Kip. That was quite an easy one to climb. And now we're moving on to the highest summit of the day, which is Scald Law. But despite its height, it's actually quite a gentle path leading to the top of it. It's one I've done before. Yeah, quite a few, even at this time in the morning, there's quite a few runners out. But then again, I suppose it's also the weekend, which I was lost sight of. Anyway, we'll push on and we'll catch up at the next summit. So we're just coming off Scald Law hill, and we've got one reasonably large peak still to do, which is Carnethy Hill, and that's just really completed most of the higher climb and we'll do today. Just speaking to another hill walker, which was really nice. Topic came up regarding you know, when people are on the trail and they don't acknowledge each other. It's just one of these things. It's either within you to want to chat to people or not. And you can still be respectful, just give a smile or a nod if you don't want to even do that. But yeah, anyway, we shall move on. And another one done. Oh, don't know, but that seemed to be a harder climb coming up there, and it shouldn't have been. So we're just leaving Turnhouse Hill, which is really probably our last major ascent for the day, as we neck away down the mountain towards Castle Law. But you can tell it's already starting to get quite busy. I'm just looking down the hill and there's already well over a dozen walkers coming up, so I think I've timed it quite well. Anyway, we'll get down off the hill, and after that we should be mainly on good track for the rest of this journey leading back into Edinburgh. We're just walking through a nice wee forest section at the moment as we head towards Castle Law. I mean, for what we've got next, it's all going to be good trail and track. But certainly walking through some of the areas I've not been before, it's definitely worth doing some further exploration. But being a weekend, it is busy. There are a lot of walking groups out. You hear them long before you see them. But yeah, that's the thing, if you're out at the weekend, you kind of expect that. So we just arrived at Castle Law, and up here you have military ranges, and it looks at the moment for the area that we are going to be going across, there are no flags up today, the red flags, so we should be safe enough. And we're moving on to, I was hoping actually we'd done most of the major hill climbing today, but we've still got one more. It's Alumure Hill, and that will probably give us a good lookout point over Edinburgh before we head down into Swanston and the end of the trail. So I'm just coming off the Alumure hilltop, wonderful sort of vantage point looking over the city. Very busy, so I didn't really spend too much time up there actually filming, but it feels good actually to be finally on the descent down into Swanston. I've been deliberate today trying to keep up a good pace from where was it? We started off Carlops to Swanston. It says on my tracker it says roughly about 8 hours. At the moment I'm just going on just over 6 hours, so I imagine next half hour or so hopefully I'll be down off the hill. So I've been certainly making good pace. All this is part of the training for doing the Cape Wrath. Also I was testing my new sort of walking shoes or walking boots. I decided to go and get the Hoka Frees, and for most part they're very comfortable, very sturdy. The only one area I'll say they're maybe not so good in, they could do with a little bit more cushioning around the sort of toe guard. You certainly do feel it on the descent, but it's workable. Anyway, a little bit less chatting, a little bit more walking. So we just arrived in Swanston at the end of our trail. It's been very enjoyable. Got to forgive there's a lot of traffic going by at the moment. I hope you've taken something away from this particular wee video. Gives you a small insight into the Pentlands. Certainly well worth delving into that on a further date. By all means, please leave a like, and it'd be much appreciated if you would subscribe to the channel. Until our next adventure, stay safe out there.